What's up, y'all? This is Boxing Mind TV with another video. This video is about Canelo Alvarez fighting the Charlos. I'm talking about Jermell Charlo and Jermall Charlo. The rumor is, I seen on Twitter that Espinoza kind of hinted that, Canelo Alvarez could be fighting the both Charlos in his contract, his 3-fight contract. And I was wondering, like, what would that mean if he beat both of the Charlos? Jermell Charlo just, I'm gonna fight your brother next, beat that Charlo, and go to the next. Like, what would that mean? Like, it would, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, it would be a huge thing to beat two top fighters, two, head honchos in the sport. Because the Charlos is not gonna be any easy fight for anybody. You know what I'm saying? For you to beat both Charlos back to back, it's something. Because I feel like if you beat one Charlo, I don't think you beat the next one. Just that my brother's keeper thing. Like, I gotta get you back for the family. I'm not gonna let you beat me. You gotta deal with that hunger the next Charlo will have against you. You know what I'm saying? That will that's gonna be driving him to beat you in that fight. So it'd be another tough fight you'll be in. Cause the first Charlo, you might have a tough fight anyway. Cause them guys are they strong minded, strong willed, and they ready to go in for the kill. It's a kill or be killed type thing. And Jermell Charlo is, he has a good stamina too. He keeps coming too. He can take a good punch, and he can also land a good punch. But it would be a good feat for him. I guess a lot of people, casuals too, would be like, oh, he beat, both of the Charlos, and when people look at the Charlos, highlights and stuff and the knockouts they gave to people, it would be a big feat to Canelo in his resume, of course. But I also think about, thinking about when he faced the Charlos. Now, I'm not saying he's gonna beat Jermell Charlo, but it's a good chance where he might beat Charlo. And if he beat Jermell Charlo, it's gonna be like, well, Charlo came up 2 weight classes to fight him. Okay, it might discredit him a little bit. It's gonna be a big fight because it's 2 undisputed champions fighting each other, first time I think ever in the sport. So it's gonna be a big fight. But excuse me, but I can see how he can get discredited for it. Canelo could, because Charlo is going to be the smaller man. Yes, he's going to be taller than Canelo during the fight, but to me, he's going to be the smaller man. He's not used to that weight, not used to getting punched by those guys in that weight class. Fighting in that weight, and Canelo's more. It's like a thicker, solid fighter. He's going to be shorter, but he's solid though. Canelo comes ready. He could take a punch. He gonna keep coming. You have to just really be on your A game to beat Canelo. But Canelo has slowed down. We know that he slowed down a little bit, but he can get beat. But still, fighting a smaller fighter, Canelo's gonna bring that pressure, and the head movement. It's not gonna be easy to beat Canelo. But as I was saying, Jermell Charlo is coming up, and with Canelo beats him, he can get discredited for it a little bit, okay? Which I just told you, because he's smaller. He fighting a smaller guy coming up 2 weight classes. So now he turns around and fight Jermall Charlo, and him fighting Jermall Charlo is the same stuff the same issues that would have came up before about him fighting Jermall Charlo. It's because Jermall Charlo is going through his mental things, and he's been out of the ring for like 2 years, and he's fighting Jermall Charlo. It's like he's fighting these guys when they're not at their best. You know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be the best look for Canelo. Again, if he does fight him and beat him, it would be a good feat for him in the boxing world, especially with casual. It doesn't matter. It's like they say, it doesn't matter how you get your belt sometimes, whether it's a vacant belt, whatever it is, you got your belt. When it's over with, your career's over with, they're gonna say you're a 4-time, 2-time, 3-time champion. They're not gonna really mention how you got your belts, or you know, which way you got your belts. You know, when you get in the Hall of Fame, they're just looking at your accolades, but not exactly who you fought, how you beat them, when did you beat them. It's all about, you know, what do you have on your resume? What did you accomplish? So those things will work for in the favor of Canelo, and it'll be a great deal for him if he beat Charlo, the two Charlos, but he wouldn't be beating them. I think, especially Jermall Charlo, if he fought him right after, he wouldn't be beating them guys at their best. But at the same time, like I say in my head, if you sign the contract, you can't make no excuses afterwards. You know what I'm saying? You sign the contract to fight him at this weight, whether it was for the money or whatever, the reward that you might get for beating them, possibly beating them, the exposure, whatever the case is. You signed the contract, you knew what was at stake, you took the chance, and you can't really make an excuse for losing if you lose in that fight, you know what I'm saying? Because you knew the risk and reward that came with it. So you got to give in the end, you got to give Canelo his props. But me being a thinker and thinking about it, I'm like, it would be, you know, yeah, Canelo would, you know, he would do his thing, but at the same time, it's like he's fighting a weaker Charlo, a weaker minded Charlo, especially with the older Charlo, Jermall, and then Jermell Charlo would be a smaller version, a small Charlo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Jermell's gonna come into the fight. I wanna feel like he's gonna come in strong and ready, and then having Derek James as his coach and be in real good shape and ready for it to face Canelo. You know, I'm rooting for him, but if he loses, you know, and then Canelo goes to the next Charlo, it's kind of like Canelo be kind of cherry picking. It's not letting Jermall Charlo to get like a tune-up fight, see how he looks, see if he's remotely the same Charlo that's been fighting over the years. You know what I'm saying? See if his head is right. How does he deal with adversity? If he ends up dealing with adversity in his tune-up fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll see what happens though. But let me know what y'all think about Canelo possibly facing both Charlos. Would you give Canelo his credit for beating them, or would you discredit him for beating both of the Charlos back to back? You know, it's like, that'd be crazy though. You beat two brothers, I don't think that ever happened back to back. Dang. Oh man. If both Charlos lose, there's gonna be some problems in that household. Mom and dad gonna be probably gonna be mad. You know, you get your brother get whooped, and then you get whooped too. One of y'all supposed to get him back. Shit, you know what I'm saying? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But we'll have to wait and see how that happens. But when I heard it's a possibility that, you know, that Canelo could be fighting both of them back to back, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo doesn't want to fight Benavidez, from what I'm seeing. So the guy that's really ready for him, that's been active and ready, no injuries, you know. But you know, it's boxing, politics. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that. It's Boxing Mind TV. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on another one.